Now we are going to add a caster to the back of the robot so that it goes from looking like this to having this on the back, this thing. So there's the front of the robot, there's the back, and there's the caster. For this, we will need number 6 washers, 3 632 lock nuts, 3 632 screws that are 5/16 long, an Allen wrench, and pliers, and the caster itself. So the caster, if you look down at it from this angle, is the open source hardware logo, and it has these 3 screw holes on it. So I'll take those 3 screw holes and I'll line one of them up with the 4 holes in the center here. So if you go 1, 2, 3, and then these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, the same 4 holes. That's how you can tell it's at the center. So I'm going to line up one of the holes. Actually, first I will grab a washer and a screw and set that up. And another washer and screw, and put the screw through the washer. And the final one, just to make it easier in a second. So this final one, I will take and put through the caster once I get the hole lined up. I can get it lined up. There we go. And then once it's through, I'll take a 632 locking nut and keep the white side facing away from the robot and the metal side towards the robot, and then I'll screw it on by hand, but I'll only be able to go like a couple threads, but that's enough to hold it there. And then I'll take the next screw and I'll go through one of the other holes, and next nut, and do the same thing. The white side is closer to the camera right now, and the metal-ish side is closer to the robot. And that only went on a few threads. And then the very last one. And once I get all 3 of them on and roughly in place, then I will tighten them with the Allen wrench and the pliers by holding the nut with the plier and using the Allen wrench on the top side. So grab the nut with the pliers, or if you have a socket wrench, you can use that too. So I'm holding this one on the underside with the pliers, and now I'm going to put the Allen wrench into the 632 screw head, and that was loosening. Now I'm tightening. And if you find that it's not quite working out for you, you can try switching from one to the other of the arms of this thing. So I was just using the short end on the nut, or on the screw, and now I'll try using the long end just to demonstrate. So that's something to be aware of. I think I like the other way better. But it can switch off based on like how far you've screwed it in, or where the placement of the screw is, the bolt. So I'm gonna not tighten this like super tight. I just want to get it so that it's snug. And then I will grab the next one and do the same thing. So I've grabbed the nut on the underside with the pliers, and now I am tightening with the Allen wrench on the top side. And this is going rather smooth. In general, if you have a big plate that you have a lot of screws to screw in, it's best to get them snug before tightening them down super tight, because you might find if you tighten them super tight, one at a time, by the time you get to the last couple, they might not quite fit. Let's see if we can get this. Whereas if you do all of them snug-ish and then tighten them down, you know for sure that they will fit because they're already in their holes. So that is how to attach the caster to the back of the robot. It's almost tightened down. And really, this probably only needed like one screw with the locking nut. But since we are learning how to do things, we have a few of them just to be extra sure that it's not going to rotate at all, and that it will stay for a long time, and that you will learn how to make it work, how to screw in a locking nut. So that is, oh no, it's still a little bit loose. And after I get this totally snug, I'm just going to leave them as they are rather than tightening them down. If you do tighten them down, make sure that you watch the nut on the bottom side and make sure that you aren't tightening it down so tight that you're crunching the plastic. And that's pretty good. They're pretty solid. They don't move when I jiggle them, when I poke at them. I can't jiggle them. That's it. Thanks.